Yeah, no pressure, Gito. Don't make Hobbs lose all of his money. All right. Password's up. By the way.
Ah,
There it is.
excellent.
Cool. Wait. Oh, don't join as a player.
Join Platypus 11 subbing in for live commentary from the front lines.
Tell us about the TRA team. Why should we? You know what? That's a good point, Hobbs. So, as I was saying before, TRA, as a lot of us know, Open Division is known for their PK, and we've been seeing lately with teams like Wildcard, Baywatch has been bringing up their PK. It's just a lot of more PK, and so a lot of the more PK heavy teams are able to hit arguably above their weight class just because of the pressure they're able to put on the enemy team. So it's any history, any big upsets they have done. I can't remember. I haven't really followed TRA as much as I have Porgs. But I will say, Porgs have had a little bit of a rough. Were a little rough for last season. However, I think they might be trying to roar back in here for this season. So.
Oh god, I forgot to add a game capture for squadrons. One sec.
What?
Emergency. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's all fixed.
Also, yes, Laser Rangers won. Let's go. Sorry.
All right, so we're loading into game number 1, TRA versus Hellporgs. I am examining loadouts here. Right now, TRA is hovering over double standard TIE Fighter. We normally oh, well, okay, so Ghost Stalker did switch over to a Defender. We have the Ion Missile, Ion Torpedo TIE Fighter with the ASM Ion Missile TIE Defender, standard loadout for TIE Bombers, and standard loadout for Reaper. No big off-meta surprises so far.
Seekers on the Reaper. That is really interesting. If you can make those work, it is great for farm denial. But also, that's a big risk on a Reaper, so...
Now, if we look over at the New Republic side, we do have Jackson hovering the B-Wing. Whether or not they'll lock that in is to be determined. But from the rest of the rest of Hellporgs, we seem to have some fairly standard X-Wing loadouts, full farm Y.
Also, I must add, the Porgs are looking clean right now. They got gold helmets. Well, not gold helmets, but like the Operation 1 helmets with the blue. Ooh, such good colors.
I did not see a swap off the B-Wing. So it looks like Hellporgs may be going into game number 1 with the B-Wing, the best wing, the bomb wing.
The bomb wing. Was the B-Wing running Protorps? Or not Protorps, Proton Bombs?
It did look like a Proton Bomb B-Wing.
Interesting. All right. You like to see it.
You like to see it. Hobbs likes to see it.
We all like. You're Squidward, I'm Squidward, we're all Squidward.
And here we go, game number 1, Hellporgs versus TRA. Oh no, never mind. The B-Wing was not locked in. I'm sorry.
Cowards!
All right, let's take a look at the PK coming out of the Empire side. Looks like we've got Ghost and Twigs taking a gander around. Twigs will be going in first to start getting that aggro. And I wonder if we're going to see them try and spend this Ion Torp on a frigate or... Okay, we got Twigs in on Jackson. No marks yet, so probably be holding that, Oh,
good.
Just chaffed.
Twigs.
Excellent. It looks like Jackson's gonna get off his farm, but Twigs is lining up for the dunk. And with a couple of seconds left, that's a little long, but it might happen. Good job on those Seekers, too. And that's a solid follow-up. Awesome. Okay, in the meantime, it looks like this is swinging pretty heavily in Empire favor. And is that going to be a torp out on the Corvette? No, just going to be going for raw damage.
Evil Grin is at 1 health here.
Whew.
Oh god.
On the run from... Who is on Evil?
Let's see.
It's not
the O'Neill unloaded the rotaries onto Evil Grin. Evil Grin goes down.
Amazing.
What a pick.
Okay.
All
The
right,
morale here has
it
been
looks like they're just
equalized
neck and neck
now.
right now with this morale. The TRA had just started burning, or not just started burning Raider. They are burning Raider, and it's at 20-15. The Raider's about to go down, so to make this flip even longer for Porgs.
All
Make
right,
this
so
much harder.
looks like this would be the perfect time for like a pick on another Y-wing or for going for the U-wing here. Either one of those is probably pretty valid.
Oh, and Raider looks like it's about to go down for Porgs.
Ooh, and that's a dunk on Jito, but is there going to be a
Oh.
follow-up? Not much of one right
If
now.
Raider goes down, this will be a flip for the favor of Hellporgs, and it is. Hellporgs comes out on top in an absolute slugfest of an opener, and here they come on the offense. Can they get damage on these light cruisers?
We're taking a look at Twigs to see if these torps end up getting in on the cruisers, but it looks like he's trying
Wait.
to dunk Julius. Oh, right.
Jito
Wait,
got the
wait,
mark
he's
off,
on the
but
attack.
died.
Oh, I'm having a-
Anyways, so here we got BW O'Neill coming around. Let's see. Oh, you love to see the rotary. The yep. It looks like they just got shields down. That's great. And right off the bat, Jackson ends up getting a Golo on those turrets.
It looks
Really
like
good
ions
damage
are getting rotated into Charlie too, so it's all the good disciplined play we like to see, especially out of NR.
Indeed, indeed. Is Jito in right now? No, Jito had to go back, so there is no resupplies at the moment for the flexes here. There's only one Protorp on the field with Minor the 7th. However, I mean, I think Jito should be there by now. Yep, there it is. He's just about to send out resups.
Oh, right.
Although, I don't think they were able to get it oopable. It's at 29, and that was a pretty good flip. Did TRA get any picks on that flip?
I didn't see any. There was an
Is-
attempted one on the X-Wings when they were coming in to try and keep them from, like, starting to torp and get shields down early. Though it looks like Grin has some pressure trying to stuff a TIE bomber, but the ion misses.
And speaking of Grin and the Sharper, the other farmer here, 23 and 13 for AI kills. That is insane for this early in the game. But also Jackson and BW are also just just going off on this farm. Holy shoot! This is oh, it looks like they are electing to oop the cruiser. I did just see Jito in the back over the cruiser. Yep, they are out of phasing it right now.
And Jackson just gets a resupply, so that farm is going to keep rolling in. I saw he was a little low, and I was wondering where Jito was, but it looks like, yeah. So
Out of phasing from 29 hull is that's not a small task for the hull under SCL modifiers, but it looks like they're going to get it, and that will either nope, that almost gives them the flip. It looks like Hellporgs will be able to go on the offense without losing a cruiser to the out of phase.
yeah.
I mean, actually, no, it looks like TRA's sticking it. They got it down to 15. They pushed the damage at the very last minute. It's down to 12, 10. Yep, they're also ooping it. These guys are neck and neck, and this game has only been decided by the opener at this point.
All right, looks like, is that the oop? Yes, it is.
That's the out of phase cashed in for TRA.
And they're moving straight onto the Corvette, it looks like, too, for a fast Raider burn plus oop for a good flip.
Ooh, yeah, a lot
In
of
the
objective
meantime-
heavy play coming in here. Not a lot of PK. Which you wouldn't really expect that coming from an open division team. An open division is kind of a necessity to have that PK, but I mean they're doing just fine without it.
Indeed. And it looks like these torps are going slammed into the hole. Should see some really, really, really good damage out of these two X-Wings as we flop back and forth between them.
Now here's the question, will Hellporgs burn through this cruiser and attempt an ISD assault, maybe get a shield generator or two? Looks like they will. They kind of had no choice at that point. The Raider was still alive and healthy. So, what can Hellporgs do with this sliver of a morale of an offense phase?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I would just get out now. This is going to be a really risky attack if they even try to stick it. Yep, no, they weren't even able to get it. They did disable a gen, but that's not really going to matter in the long term here. So it's actually
Minor
really good
is
call
in
from
trouble, but
TRA
gets
making
away.
them go through. Speaking of which, TRA is now on the attack.
Biwo getting rotaried, but it looks like he's going to get away from that, too. So,
Yeah, wow,
All
really
right,
good stuff
we're in
from
an
both
interesting
these teams.
spot here. Hell Porgs were not able to get much done in that Star Destroyer offense. But if they're able to put up a strong defense here, either prevent the MC-75 assault or cut it short, they're in an excellent position to take this game from here. TRA has some work to do.
There goes
Indeed,
the armpit turrets. It looks like the damage
also-
is starting to pour in on the neb.
I will say though, also at the same time, Porgs really need to be careful here because if they don't one phase the Star Destroyer next attack, they're open to a one phase from TRA.
Evil Grin
And
might get
it-
taken out here with Might Skates down and him on 12. He's running all the way back to the ISD. Sorry, I had to interrupt because Miner is still dead on him and it looks like the X-Wings are
Ooh.
peeling off. Good save and a well-timed
able to box him
resupply.
out. Although Mike Skates does get the resupply off on Evil Grin, that's gonna be really helpful for this defense here. So the question is, are they going to stay objective heavy, or are they going to try to PK the hell out of these guys? It looks like they're going to try to PK. Twigs is already on Jito. Marks are on Jito, although Jito does get the marks off, so that's going to be crucial for this attack. And both Ions
Can the
did not hit him.
dunks in.
Indeed, it looks like one shield gen's down and they're trying to get the other. Let's take a look. Looks like Miner's Ions is on cooldown, so that means Miner probably got their Ion off. And Jito goes down. Let's swap back to one of the X-Wings.
Morale's
And
already
One gen destroyed.
That's
Half
how you do
morale on the ISD offense. No breaches on the hull. Power is still intact. TRA might just have a crack at the MC-75 if they get the morale in fast enough here.
They just might. And also, I don't think they got the second. Porgs got the second gen. So if they don't flip this fast, they might have to disable the gen again, or the very least brute force, which is still either way is going to take time for their next attack.
Indeed. Now, speaking of marks and MC attacks, let's take a look at Mike Skates and see. It looks like he's working his way in, but he's still a ways out from the MC.
Looks
A
like
little
he's
out
under
of
some
position for
pressure.
this MC assault, but he's making his way over.
Ooh, that's a lot of pressure.
This MC-75.
On half, dunked and going down. All right, looks like it's going to be... Ooh, and Evil Grin low again. If you can get 2 picks here, that is a great way to cripple an Imperial offense.
Oh, what this morale for Porgs! Oh my gosh, I blinked and the morale is already Raider burn away.
Both
The farm
bombers...
from Hellports plus 3 picks from against TRA just withered away this morale, and it looks like Hellports are going to get one last crack at the Imperial Star Destroyer momentarily here.
I feel kind of stupid after saying that there wasn't much PK happening.
It's all about the win.
Oh, can Twigs make it out? He's at 13. Tractor, no! Twigs can't make it out.
And
Ooh, that's really gonna
meanwhile,
hurt there.
Jito is already at the ISD, and marks are
Ooh.
on, because he was just sneaking to hang
Jito
out.
once again with the sneaky U-Wing and Ninjutsu, already in position behind the Star Destroyer.
But also is under attack by Sharper, and I would guess Ghost Talker. Let me check. No, Ghost
No.
Talker is on Jackson, who has actually switched into swapped into an X-wing. That's interesting.
Though it looks like Jackson gets dunked on the gen, though drifts behind, so that's going to be a hard follow-up, especially on an evasive pilot. Ooh, but that's a second dunk out. It looks like they're really focusing the X-Wings here over the free morale from the Y-Wings or from killing the support.
Indeed, indeed.
But with
Yeah, it
the
looks
Star
like
Destroyer at 19 and falling and weak spots still available to be popped, it does look like game number 1 will go to the Hellports.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, what a game! I think at the very end of that, again, it just came down to the opener. Like, both of those teams were neck and neck. It seemed like.
Oh,
It
100%.
was a very close open. It nearly went to time.
You know it's...
That Raider burn was what flipped it in favor of Hellporgs. Otherwise, time would have probably elapsed.
Yeah, you know it's good when you've got a really even spread of damage across both teams, because that means everyone is putting in the work, and Jackson with 55 AI kills.
Jesus.
Oh my god. That's how you do it. Ghost Stalker 4-0 and 53k in a defender.
Holy
That is
crap.
nothing to laugh at either.
And that's a
So,
standards defender too,
Uh-huh.
so that's insane.
absolutely
what
a
a
great
game
See
performance.
here.
Yeah,
TRA
numbers-
showing that they will not give an inch to this so-called challenger team. What's that? Open challenger? I think you mean just higher open.
Well, all I can say is the numbers don't lie. There was solid play on both sides from both TRA and Hellporgs, but of course, Hellporgs were able to take that momentum from winning the Open and translate that into a solid victory.
Indeed, indeed. Wow, that was cool.
It certainly was. And now we'll see for game number 2 if TRA can pull off the Empire split.
Oh, I need to add a little thing for the scores, don't I? Whoops, one sec.
Also, I just look at the Tempest Discord and it's just 3 of the Tempest peeps just sitting there waiting for our game.
Oh dear.
But they have to wait because this is always more important.
Indeed.
We have some top tier Star Wars Squadrons gameplay to cast and bring to the people.
Alright, it's up on Jito, same password.
Excellent.
Oh, wait, I said that TRA needs to do the Empire split. I meant the NR split, which is a more common occurrence nowadays, it seems.
Gotta love mods.
It's
prediction
very
is gonna
fascinating
be-
how
there we go.
mods have restored like a sense of parity between both factions. Not perfect, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
as close as we're gonna get. Oh,
Alright,
I was
put-
not joining.
Get
this
in your
game.
bets! Everyone get in your bets! Who will win, TRA or the Porgs? Oh no, I did that. All I wanted to say was, get your bets in that voice, and then I,
Get
Fun
your
times.
bets
Anyways.
in!
welcome to the 1920s, where no one has rights, and you will die.
Oh dear.
The March of War! Cora and her friends are dying to the humans, or not the humans, the non-benders. Anyways, also I just realized why the Porgs have yellow and blue. They still have the
Ukraine
Ukraine
colors.
colors. Nice.
Absolutely.
Always love showing solidarity for the still ongoing war. Ugh.
Indeed.
Where's that gonna
Oh, ooh, it looks like we're seeing triple bomber. This is gonna be a
Yo,
treat.
let's go.
And
Triple bomber from Hellports.
we've got
Very
one with
nice.
a gunboat as well coming out of Minor 7th. So
You don't often see a gunboat coming out from a TIE bomber. A wire wing maybe, but a gunboat for a TIE bomber, that's gonna be interesting to see. I wonder how they're gonna use that.
yeah, exactly. And Julius running ion missile ion torps. That's going to be their sole PK in the start. Meanwhile, over on press the O button to examine the New Republic squadron on TRA.
Examines.
Uh-huh.
Examining intensifies.
Okay, so
Sorry.
we've got iTorp, Protorp, and it looks like that's what they're going to be running on their X-Wings, which is really interesting. That's going to be a lot of really fast shield strip, but you give up a little bit of damage over time. So depending on how bursty the offenses are, this could be a very interesting match.
Oh, and it looks like Mithrin is running dampener hull. That is interesting, because most of the time you see simply just the reinforced hull. It having been a dampener main myself, mad respect, but that's definitely going to be interesting to watch in the open and see what happens with that.
The ability to lengthen the time it takes to get a lock on To some players, it might be worth sacrificing a little bit of survivability after being dunked. However, considering that Y-Wings have more hull to work with SCL modifiers, just adding Reinforce on top of that makes the Y-Wing a much more survivable and much more difficult to kill ship.
Indeed.
If this game had any justice, you would be able to run Dampener Scrambler on a Y-Wing.
No, no.
Okay.
It's bad enough that that dampener scrambler exists on a freaking X-wing, all right, in a defender. Anyways, so we got here we have TRA coming out of the MC-75. It's gonna be a good one, folks. Why do I have the voice again? Anyways. Also, I just realized Porgs have a no shield team, other than of course the support itself. But that's gonna be a really resupply hungry team. So I wonder how that's gonna affect them going in for these game attacks
Ship
here.
damage
Okay.
is a cruel mistress,
And that's
so is
the-
the ion missile. Sharper gets a dunk and is under fire.
But does it get a resub? Really just
Indeed.
clutch resub coming in from Mike Skates. It's so hard for me to say his name. Let's see. Oh, here we have Twigs going in on Jackson, pressuring him. With Jackson, he's at 26. He stayed a little bit too long on the Raider. It looks like he's going full evasive though, so it's gonna be pretty hard to try to kill him here.
And Jito should be coming in any second here to save Jackson, and there we go.
Speak of the devil.
Raider
as you
goes
say
down,
that-
swinging morale heavily in favor of Hellporgs. Hellporgs only a few AI away from taking this flip as well.
Bewo's a little low too, probably limping a little bit back to. Oh, Bewo on 10 with
Ooh,
Twigs
5,
right behind him. 5, 2, 3.
And he's gone.
That's the hard part about triple bomber and all hard hull. You gotta be.
And Raider is about to go down.
Yeah. Ooh, this has been a swingy offense. These two teams are so closely matched. This has been an
Indeed,
awesome game
indeed.
to watch.
10 seconds on the clock. Raider down. Morale in favor of TRA. If TRA can get a couple more AI to secure this lead, they will have a chance to take the first offense here, which of course, hopefully, would set the
They
momentum
do.
in their favor. And there it is.
Wow, what a comeback from TRA. It almost looked lost there. There's only like, what, 2 or 3 more AI that the Porgs needed, but they just swung it right back. And sure,
Yep.
it's not a full attack, but it's practically a full attack. And Ghost Talker picks Jito as well.
Woo! On
No
the way
resupplies
in.
coming in for the 3 farmers.
Oh man, that's gonna be pretty
Gino
rough on
and
this
Mike
defense.
Skates both go down at
Oh.
the same time. Neither team without a support.
That's gonna hurt the attackers more than the defenders here, I think. But still, let's see what TRA can do with this attack.
Indeed. Just taking a look at Ghost Talker here as the one with the proton torps. Is that an...
I will note, Ion Torp has not been used yet, so this, they might be able to get both shields down on the cruisers once this flips here. That's actually going to really help them in the future.
Yeah.
Morale at a sliver, and Charlie is only just above half hull.
Did they get shields on both cruisers? Or did
squeezing in as
They
much
almost got
damage as they
shields down on
can.
Delta. It was pretty close. It was one Ion Torp into Delta, so basically it's gone.
Got it.
And here we go, Jito being chased down. The pancake, so delicious, so tempting, gets the marks off. Jito has served his purpose.
Now he is allowed to die in accordance with all supports.
Although his duty may not yet be complete because with triple bomber, with the triple bombers taking chip damage from enemy players' AI and the Nebulon Bees, all of them are
Oh my
below half
gosh.
hull.
I feel it. I feel it so hard.
Ooh, and that's a dunk out on Jito. That could really jeopardize this attack. If he gets away though.
The triple bombers, despite being slowly withered down. Oh no! Jito takes a bonk on the Raider.
That is going to be huge for TRA. If they could just now pick the bombers who are already low, that's that's just going to give them the flip, and it's going to make their defenses way harder. Actually, the defense is way harder anyways. Their bombers are probably near out of boxes. Same with their TIE fighter, to be honest. And sure, they got the Nebulon out of phaseable, but it's at 15. That's still a pretty hard oop.
Yep.
Jito is out, but Biwo desperately needs help. But help is not coming. Biwo goes down. Jackson, in the meantime, taking the out of phase and getting banged up in the process. 19 hull.
It is notoriously hard to get an oop with the TIE bomber. He's at 9 health. Will TRA see that and take the opportunistic pick? No, Jito will come in with the resupply. Oh, it looks like really good damage coming in from TRA here. They've already got Charlie almost out of phase, practically there. And then Delta is going down super fast. It's already almost down to half.
Indeed.
This is going to look to be... They might even be able to push through here if Porgs are not careful.
Mike with a well-timed...
Either scenario is good for TRA, either securing the double out of phase or getting a shield gen, although it looks like the double out of phase might still be possible if they squeeze out just a little bit more damage, but there is
Down to
the
25.
phase.
It's gonna be close. Let's see. Are they gonna commit? I'm gonna look at the flexes.
Ghost Stalker is committing to the out of phase. 18 hull, that's doable.
Yep. It looks like one of their Y-Wings is also doing the other oop. Yep, there we go. They're ooping. Honestly, probably a good call. Especially when they have B going down here to second, which, oh my gosh, just if you just look at that health bar for B, it is just plummeting.
Absolutely.
Shriveling under the power of triple bomber rotaries, as we all know, the Burt.
So, we heard you like Burt Cannon. And there it goes.
Wiggs taking a break here.
He goes down.
Getting
Well-timed
a pick
pressure.
onto Jito. Excellent pick.
Ooh. Again, huge death and pick for TRA. That pick might actually slightly decide the game here.
One shield generator gets destroyed by 2 bombers piling on top. Power goes down next. Morale just above half. TRA is in an excellent position to a pick and some farm, and they are back on the offense, and the Star Destroyer will be wide open and ready for the taking. TRA is in a great spot to take this game here. They just need to secure it.
True. Although it looks
Miner
like they're
goes
yep,
down.
Okay, now it goes down.
Jackson gets saved, and next up on the chopping block is Biwo with Twigs and what looks like, yep.
Oh,
absolutely
and
huge for TRA.
Ooh,
Julius
Twigs on
might go down.
7.
Although it looks like Miner is switching to a defender now for the extra PK pressure. That's honestly a good call, just to try to stop these gen runs from happening.
All right, where is Mike Skates? Mike Skates is still at about midfield. TRA has not yet made a move towards the Star Destroyer. PK pressure on the support to prevent the marks.
Indeed.
Lots of PK pressure coming in. It looks like support will not make it in. No marks will be in for TRA, so they're gonna have to
Ghost
burn.
Stalker gets picked too.
Ooh, Ghost Talker! Yeah, he's gone. So they're gonna have to burn both gens if they want to have any sort of attack here. What a couple picks from Porgs. Holy crap.
TRA entered this phase with some very excellent picks, but Hellporg struck right back with some picks of their own, stopping TRA's offense dead in their tracks. And speaking of dead in their tracks, Twigs goes down. Sharper is not long for this world either.
Both shield gens go down, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Is power down yet? Because if power is down, maybe, but they just don't have the damage potential to be able to get this even to oopable at this point. They're gonna have to have a miracle defense.
A miracle defense. The MC-75 still has 1 shield generator intact, so it's not entirely naked and wide open and vulnerable to start this phase with, but TRA still needs to play the defense of their lives.
This is going to be
going down. That's going to be an even tougher task.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. And speaking of which, let's see how they're doing. BW taking a little bit of a bonk. Accidentally missed the shield gen there. Probably got again, I feel it. It's so frustrating trying to go kill a gen.
Interesting decision from Julius Thread, doing orbits around the MC, trying to brute the shields down instead of slipping underneath to get the shield generator, but the shields go down all the same. RNGesus has blessed the Hellporgs. 4 breaches on top.
Oh, the luck on that. Although B-Dubs goes down, so it's basically Miner and Jackson are the only ones in here, and it's just defenders. Just defenders with... Actually, Jackson is on his way in. It's just Miner and Gito. And
there it is.
Flip it? Holy crap. Okay, well, let's see if
but there are spots left to pop on the MC75. The MC is at 20 and falling. 13, 12. This is an out-of-phaseable MC75.
Oh.
We're looking at a base race here.
Question is, are they going to commit to the oop, or are they... it looks like Miner... Yep, they are committed to the oop. Miner is the tether, it looks like. This is going to be close. Porgs need to get the damage in now. MC75s are notoriously difficult to burn. Or oop, rather, sorry.
MC75 is at 9 and falling. Star Destroyer at half.
This is going to be cut real close. Power goes down on the Star Destroyer. The damage is going to start pouring in. I don't know if this could be enough.
MC is at 7. MC is at 4.
4! Oh my gosh! Will TRA be able to do it, or will Porgs get it? Oh my god! Still at 4, still at 4. Star Destroyer is at...
held together with duct tape and a prayer, but the Star Destroyer looks like it's about to go down!
Star Destroyer goes down and TRA takes game 2? Wow!
Wild.
What a game. And that means Tempest are going to have to wait a little bit longer. Wow, what a comeback from TRA there. That was kind of a tough position TRA was in. Having to
burn down a mostly intact Star Destroyer while their MC75 was held together by duct tape and a prayer. But, as we all know, duct tape is the force. As a light side and dark side, it holds the galaxy together, and it held the MC together long enough to take down that Star Destroyer.
Oh wow! I didn't check the predictions, but TRA actually had the favor on this one for the predictions, and the people who bet on Porgs, I'm sorry.
85k cap ship out of Ghost Stalker there, and a lot of AI. Man, again, another extremely close game. Both sides with an extremely good damage spread. Just went a different way than we thought. So, let's see what the last couple of picks. It looks like it's been Empire splits so far. I mean, not even Empire splits. No,
the
NR
fabled NR split. If you went back 2 seasons and told people that there would be NR splits in SCL Elite, they would call you crazy. or in Challenger even.
Yeah.
Or
and
in general.
TRA's taken NR.
Still rejoined another VC, sorry.
All right, looks like we're all sitting in the same lobby and firing this up again.
NR, oh man. I love seeing people pick NR. It's always the best. It looks like we don't even need to leave the lobby. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Is set up and ready for us to go.
Uh-oh.
Game number 3, TRA versus Porgs.
A couple of the Porgs are inside of each other. They have combined into one super Porg, otherwise known as an ostrich. And yeah, really bringing out the crazy strats here.
Now, as we all know, fusion is a cheap trick to make weak gems stronger, so we'll see how it works for Hellporgs.
Maybe we'll see Porgs form Voltron or, later on. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I might need to leave this game and rejoin. My thing's a bit broken.
Same. I
All right,
can't.
so browsing very quickly. through the loadouts here. TRA appears to have about the same loadout as they did last match. We do have Ghost Stalker packing the Pro Torp, and Twigs packing the Ion Torp. And on Empire, we do see Hellporgs attempting once again the triple bomber. It did not get them a win last game, but it seems like they're willing to give this yet another go. Jito is going to be even more important than a support usually is, considering the TIE bombers are going to need those resupplies for the healing and the munitions.
All I'm thinking of now is, as soon as you said healing, I started thinking of Genji. Genji from Overwatch, no please. You don't need healing, you're dying.
Okay, we're not supposed to talk about loadouts anymore. Then how am I supposed to fill the dead air before the match begins?
We talk about our feelings.
Alright, predictions on this game. Is it gonna be decided by another razor close opener?
Yeah, I need to do predictions.
Whoever
Sorry about
takes
that.
this opener is probably liable to win the series.
I'm gonna make this only a 2-minute submission period just because I don't wanna, you know, games go by fast. Alright, get your bets in now. Alright, I am so excited for this. Let's see how Porgs adapt to what TRA was doing. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what TRA did differently from Porgs to make them win. I think it was just the better objective damage and I guess the PK. And so we'll see if Porgs try to adapt to that, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, BW.
It's all about the execution. It's about who can get their game plan executed first and better. Now, it seems that morale currently is in the favor of Hellporgs in this opener. TRA trying desperately get the farm, get PK picks, get anything to scrape that lead ahead.
Absolutely, and I'm betting we're about to see a bomber peel off onto burning the Corvette alongside the TIE Fighter, and there it goes.
Has TRA started burning their Raider? Because they might be able to still get this flip if they can start burning the Raider, but it looks like no.
Corvette's on 30 and dropping like a fly.
Yep, that's going to be flipped for Porgs here once they get that. There it is. All right. Porgs earned their
TRA
first
made
back.
the pivot to Raider just a little too late. Raider was at about half health when the Corvette went down and flipped the phase in favor of Hellporgs. Hellporgs coming in with their first offense, but Jito is in trouble and goes down.
Pancake sad.
Pancake sad, but
Jito did get
Pancake
the marks.
got marks and the torp went in, so D is gonna melt. If they can get this out of phaseable and push the damage on Charlie, this is going to be an enormous first offense.
I mean,
even bigger than the other ones we've seen so
I
far.
don't think it's actually going to melt as much as you think, because the chip damage is going to keep coming in. They won't, and they won't be able to get resubbed for it.
That's
and
true. Jito's just now
once they use their
respawning.
boxes, they won't be able to farm.
Absolutely. Jito's just now respawning, so he's gonna have to pick. He's got like 3 players on 33%.
Question is, who does he pick? He
Miner
picks Miner the
first?
7th for the first resub of the day, or not the day, Matt. You know what I mean. Anyways,
Absolutely. Next up's Julius. You know, if that reloads,
Opts to return to Cruiser to resupply.
and Julius is getting a
Delta.
chance to torp the other Neb, that's
Ooh.
pretty huge to get out of an opener. That's like 48k ion damage. Yeah.
and the shield's down. That's huge for them. Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
All right, and
One
there's the
Cruiser
Oak.
down in the
Good
out
on
of
you.
phase. Excellent beginning from Hellporgs. TRA needs to bounce back and do the same thing that Hellporgs did to them, and then some. They want to have a chance of staying in the series.
Shield's down on Charlie, but morale's at half.
Oh, what a flip coming in from Porgs. Let's take a look here at the farming numbers. it looks like triple bomber is really coming in handy. Jackson with 18, then we have Miner and B-dubs, both with 5 and 7 respectively. The extra farm speed is what really is going to decide this game. It's not about the numbers, it's about the speed in which you get them, and they're getting them very fast. So, yeah, that is huge.
Raider goes down. That signals the end of
Oh,
TRA's
close.
first offense phase. Light Cruiser is at 20 health. This is an out-of-phaseable cruiser, and it looks like they are going to commit to it. Ghost Stalker is still in and doing the orbits.
Yeah, really good damage
It looks
coming
like
in from TRA.
at least
I didn't think they were
three
going to be
people
able to
still
do that.
Ghost
Oh,
Stalker
man.
taking an opportunity to send a couple of warning shots towards Jackson, who dared to resupply under the cruiser that they were attacking.
How dare you!
That oop, though, that cost them a lot of farm because they had their
did.
Y-Wings in on it too. So you can oop from
Out of
getting
phase
my
is
percents.
one source of morale income. It cannot be your only source. You cannot dedicate all of your available players for an out of phase, or else it's just not worth the time. Unless, of course, it's a cap ship out of phase, in which case that's a different scenario. It looks like Bravo is going to go down very quickly here, but the morale from TRA is coming in fairly quickly, actually. They
Oh,
could
2 ticks.
potentially end the phase here before the MC-75 is attacked. Great defense from TRA, despite the slowdown of their morale income from the overcommittal to the out of phase. And here they are. They have a full health light cruiser to go through before they can attack the Star Destroyer.
But I mean, if anybody could do it, it is TRA. Like, they did the exact same thing last round. They can do it again this round. The big thing here is just going to be to take advantage. Actually, oh, Miner does switch it to a defender. I think they're going to go more PK heavy now. So they're definitely going to have to watch out for that. But also at the same time, that also limits their objective and farm. So if they can exploit that somehow, that TRA might still be able to turn this around and make this and just take the game again.
Indeed.
As the morale is coming in pretty slow for Hellporgs here. With A, or rather is it Charlie on their side? Yeah. Or Delta on their. One of the cruisers is almost. The last cruiser is almost dead.
Barry, I caught that. So the Porgs on their flip, because of the timing of when Jito died and the cruiser died, they basically like lost all 15 of that morale. They basically didn't get it on their flip here. So the Porgs
That's
are
rough.
playing even though they ooped as though they didn't oop. Because yeah.
Looks like Mike
is
is heading
unfortunate.
back away from the Star Destroyer, but is now heading in. Probably try to avoid some pressure there, but it looks like he might be able to make it in. He's almost there to the Star Destroyer. He gets a restep up on Sharper.
Mithrin goes down, which is good morale, but are they stopping the X-Wings on the gens? It looks like they're gonna double
Mike's-
dunk one gen and destroy the
Mike's
other.
goes down.
So... Oh, but he got
Mike
marks.
goes down, not without getting the marks, so TRA could at least maybe get a shield kill or a disable, but
And that's a
Ghost Stalker
dunk.
gets disabled themselves and picked off.
3
Were they able to get a
down.
gen there? It looks like it looks like the one gen that I saw was at 43. So not able to get a gen. However, still not out of the game yet. If they can defend just as well as they did last game, they can really still pull this out.
Sharper taking some time to fire some warning shots at a defender before returning to the farm. If TRA is able to pull off a strong defense like they did for game number 2, there is a chance they can get another track at that Star Destroyer and take game number 3. It's all about the execution. Can TRA execute?
The morale is already at half, and shield power and breach points are. Oh no! Everything's happening. Oh.
A quarter morale for Hellporgs, and the MC-75 is still at full health. Shields just barely went down. Power is not down. Breaches are not available. And TRA is in a position to flip this phase in a matter of seconds.
That is if they did put any work on Raider. Sharper is out of Farmox. Let's take a look at Mithrin. Mithrin has almost full Farmox, but they do flip it with Raider. The question is, will they be able to get the one phase to Star Destroyer, or will they have to defend again and basically repeat what they did last round?
Porgs, I think, called that they weren't going to take that there, and they burned targeting in phase. So their next attack
Ooh.
is going to be a lot better and have high potential for an oop afterwards.
They're
It
not
looks
gonna
like Mike
keep going.
Skates is... They're trying to dunk Mike, and Mike's been dunked, and Mike is dead, so that's going to be no marks again.
They're going to have to burn shields again.
Indeed.
That's just got to get annoying after a while.
And Sharper goes down. So that's 2 picks right off. If you need a crazy defense on the ISD, it's gonna come from
Mithrin.
PK.
Mithrin in a lot of trouble right now. At 62, 39, low
Ooh,
shields.
that's a
dunked
dunk.
at 25.
There you go.
Wow, the PK is just oppressive coming from Hellporks. And Twigs almost dies to a bonk on the underside of the Star Destroyer. That thing. And
Wiggs goes down, trying to do a run on
Oh.
power. The Star Destroyer will end this phase with shields still up. But it does look like there is a disconnect on the
Yeah.
side of TRA. Unfortunate for them.
you hate to see that.
Especially right at the end of such a tight series.
Yeah, they really didn't need that right now. I mean, obviously having 5 people would have really helped. Would really help a defense here. But it looks like with a ton of breach points still up, I think Porgs have already just it's already kind of over. Shields just went down.
Marks are
Breach points
on.
are being hit. I think it's only a matter of time before the MC75 goes down here. But yeah, what a series from these 2 teams. None giving an inch to anybody.
Yes, it does look like that Hellporgs is going to finally place the killing blow on the MC75, taking game number 3 and the series. But TRA put up an absolute fight. They went down. They did not go down easily. Hellporgs had to work for this win.
Yeah, definitely. This was a lot closer than I was expecting, to be honest. I've been very pleasantly surprised, and I cannot wait to see what TRA does with the rest of its season in Challenger. Because I mean, this is a team that just came out from Open, and now they're going toe to toe with, I think Porgs were mid to high Challenger last season. So these guys are, I mean, obviously they're good. And they're veterans of this game, and they're able to go toe to toe with them. So that's just awesome.
Yeah, great farm and especially good damage. That was the big difference maker this game. That early offense being really, really good, that was pretty big for Porgs.
Ooh, do we have time for interviews, or should we go to our game?
We can. Oh wait, no, because Quinn's in with us. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we're fine. They're playing the Bees right now.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go talk to them and then see if they want to do any interviews.
Yeah, let's just go into the interview channel. Where is that? I can't find it. Hold on, I'll find it.
In the meantime, it did seem like that CA Blue versus Aluminium wrapped up. Can anyone in the chat tell me how that went?
Oh yeah,